Hi guys, and welcome to my 38-week pregnancy update. 2 weeks until my due date. According to my pregnancy app, Baby Otter is the size of a leek, so the length of a leek. He's around 50 centimeters long and he's between 3 and 3.2 kilograms. The app also tells me that all of his organ systems are in place and fully developed, except for his lungs. They won't be fully developed until birth. So it's kind of a sigh of relief to hear that all his organs are developed and in place. So if he comes at any time now, he's fully developed and will hopefully be healthy. So this week I had my hospital appointment with the obstetrician. This was a different doctor to the last doctor I saw, but she was really nice. And she just did the general checkup on Baby Otter. What I didn't know they were going to do was a little mini ultrasound on Baby, just to see where he is positioned and to see if he's head down and engaged. So it was really cool to see Baby Otter on the ultrasound. He looked huge on the ultrasound this time because the last ultrasound that we had was at 20 weeks. So he's definitely done a lot of growing since then, but the doctor confirms that he is still head down and engaged, and she showed me that Baby Otter's head was right down in my pelvis, which is where I can feel him, and he's pretty much ready to go. The doctor also took my blood pressure and Baby's heart rate. When she was taking the baby's heart rate, it seemed to be elevated quite a lot. I did tell the doctor that he was quite active at that moment and he had just had the hiccups. She wanted me to get further monitoring on Baby's heart rate because it was quite high. It was around 190 to 200 beats per minute, which scared me because I thought something was wrong. She looked a little bit worried, and they sent me off to another place where I had to wait for about 20 minutes before I could get into the monitoring. So in that 20 minutes I was worrying and stressing about nothing really, because it ended up being fine. So they hooked me up to further monitoring to a machine that checked Baby's heart rate for a longer period of time and to see if his heart rate was going back down to a healthy level. So after the monitoring, she showed me the record and he was completely fine. It was that he was very active at that time, so when he was being active, his heart rate was going up to 190 to 200 beats per minute, but it always was coming back down to 150 when he wasn't moving, so that was a good sign. This monitoring system also detects whether you're having contractions as well, and I was shocked to see that I was having contractions and I was not feeling anything at all. And I inquired about this to the nurse that was with me, and she said sometimes you don't feel them at all. They're Braxton Hicks contractions. I did feel that my stomach was very tight at the time of the contraction. So yeah, it was kind of weird to find out that I've been having contractions, but I just couldn't feel any of them. So at this appointment I also had my second anti-D injection, which was fine. It didn't hurt one bit, and it's the final one I get before Baby comes. There have been a few new symptoms that I have experienced this week for the first time. The number one symptom I've been having is nausea. It's almost like my morning sickness has returned from way back in the first months of pregnancy. That hasn't been fun, but it is a lot less than what I did experience at the beginning of pregnancy. I just feel very nauseous in the morning when I eat food, or if I eat food and I walk around or do something active, I tend to get a little bit nauseous. The next symptom I've been experiencing this week is that I have been tremendously hungry, but not able to eat as much food. Now this is such a weird thing because I'll wake up in the morning starving hungry, and I'll make myself a big breakfast and I won't get through half of it. It's almost as if there's no room in my stomach for all the food that I'm wanting to have. And the other thing is that I've been waking up around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and being so hungry that I can't go back to sleep, so I have to get up and go have something to eat and then go back to bed, which I guess is not very good for my digestion, but I can't go back to sleep after that point if I haven't had any food. So ways I've been dealing with it is just having small meals throughout the day instead of big meals. I guess there's not much room in there with baby being so big. Something I talked about in my last update was that my hands and feet were getting really swollen. That symptom has continued on to this week with the heat and everything else. My feet and hands get quite swollen, and now it's gotten to the point where in the morning my hands will feel very sore and stiff, and occasionally I'll get tingly feelings in my fingers. I spoke to the doctor about this and she said it's completely normal, but the tingling of the fingers is a sign of carpal tunnel, which I guess is what I've been experiencing because of the swelling in my hands and feet. It's just that there's not much circulation going past this point to my hands because of all the swelling. But usually by the end of the day my hands have become less stiff and less sore, so it's only mostly in the mornings. So movement this week has been quite the same as other weeks. He is still very active and he is almost alien-like in that he's trying to escape from my belly. It has gotten to the point though that his movements hurt me a little bit, especially when he kicks out quite a long way and it stretches the skin and it just hurts a little bit, as well as being pretty creepy. Another thing I have noticed this week with his movements is that he has gotten the hiccups quite a lot. I would say he'd get the hiccups every day. It's quite a funny feeling to feel him have hiccups, but I'm used to it now because he does it almost every day, which is really weird because he never used to have the hiccups, but now I guess he's developing and having more hiccups. So coming up in the next couple of weeks, next week we have Christmas. So I'm hoping to record all the Christmas celebrations that I go to and show you how I celebrate Christmas. I also hope I get to Christmas. I want to enjoy Christmas before the baby gets here, and then after Christmas he can come at any time he wants. I'm also hoping to film my nursery tour soon. I know I've been wanting to do it for a while, I just haven't had the time, so hopefully that will be up in the next 2 weeks. So that's pretty much it for my 38-week pregnancy update. So thank you for watching, and please like, share and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video. Lastly, I'm just going to do my bump shot to show you how big my bump has gotten in the last week.